It is absolutely horrible because I'm using my video camera to record my computer screen, but there's a reason for it. What I want to do, I had to burp there for a second, is we want to talk about using JMRI and I'm actually using Panel Pro. JMRI Panel Pro, JMRI Decoder Pro can do both. I believe you can do both of these. I use Panel Pro just because I can go in there and I can make like my dispatching boards eventually. I want to talk about using the Panel Pro with a web server to use web throttles to drive trains via the interwebs. And actually we're just going to talk about how to use the web interface, since I'm not going to talk about how it's all set up because that's actually a pain in the ass. So if you get the link to go and drive my trains, which I'll put a link, maybe I'll put a link. Oh, hey, look, someone's driving one of my trains right now. I'll put a link. As you can see, one of those trains is driving. I am not in any way, shape, or form driving that train. The way the throttle works is actually pretty simple. So what we'll do is we'll go to the Web Throttles tab right here. Click Web Throttle. Now it'll bring up this menu right here, and you can see I have a photograph of every locomotive and the locomotive's information. Typically, when I have a locomotive on the layout and ready to run, I will put the information about which locomotive is actually driving, or available to drive on the main line. Since I don't have any turnout controls yet, I can only put and leave one train on for somebody to play with unless I'm actually physically here. But we'll select Grand Trunk 4900, which, if we look, is sitting right there. Okay, so we can see the locomotives on the layout. We can see it's ready to roll. So if I click on the locomotive, if I click on the locomotive, we can hear it start up. Now, because this locomotive is sound equipped, I do have all the functions labeled what they do. So light, bell, horn, coupler clank, grade crossing sequence, mute, brake sounds, and of course a picture of the locomotive. Now right here, this tells us which locomotive we have. This little icon right here is actually the interface setup, and this is supposed to be the track power, but we can't actually click that. Here is your emergency stop. This here, these A and these two A's, will change how big everything is. If you click this icon, it actually changes how the GUI looks, the GUI. These icons right here are forward and reverse, so if it's green up is forward, red down. Stupid phone, shut up. I'm waiting for a UPS package, or not UPS, a package in the mail, and they just said it was delivered. So reverse is down, and this right here, this box here is actually the throttle. So we'll throttle up, or we'll make sure when we're forward. We'll turn the light on. I can click bell, and we can hear the bell ringing. If I click horn, and I click and hold, we can hear the horn. And I will click here, and we can see this, and we can see the train starts to move. Now, because I haven't lined up any of those switches, I don't know if the track is going to derail me or anything. So we'll just back up a little. And that's the basics of how to use the JMRI Web Throttle if you have access to it. And then if you click the locomotive number, you can actually switch to other locomotives, and it will bring up a new page. And if the locomotive doesn't have any functions listed, then every function is there. And F0 is always the headlight to turn the headlight on and off. And of course, it's the same function for every locomotive. You still see the little icon right there. And if you happen to throttle the locomotive up and then you close it out, it stops the train. So I'm gonna post I'll post a link to the live stream, and I'll post a link to the Web Throttle itself for those who might want to try it sometime.